Yeah, Joyce, people have been busy all day trying to get ahead of this storm, getting everything in place, boarding up their buildings, locking everything down. They say it's their best defense. Drill in hand, Bob Duncanfield and crew do the work they hate but have to do.
Hopefully it's for no reason, you know, but we just got to prepare.
They're protecting their business. Jim's bait and tackle from the heavy rain and powerful winds of Hurricane Sandy expected to slam the Jersey Shore late Sunday.
Can't afford to have a broken window or the store get flooded, you know, this time of year. This is one of the busiest seasons for us.
They're not alone in their quest to secure belongings in the calm before the storm. We also met Andrew bringing his boat to higher ground before the water gets too wild.
For those of us with boats, there's just one extra job to get done today, which is get out here, get it out of the water. If the storm surge is as bad as they predict it could be, it's better off on land than it is in the water.
His son Oscar is also on board, offering a helping hand.
This is a couple $1,000 I don't want to ruin.
An important investment, right?
Yes.
Many are rushing out of town with a sure sign of things to come and before voluntary evacuations become mandatory tomorrow afternoon. But not everyone, and that means riding the storm out to borrow a line from Mario Speedwagon.
Yeah, we're gonna hang in. We're gonna stay and see what happens. We're prepared. You know, got water and batteries and candles.
Of course, many are taking a break from storm prep, hanging 10 on some of the more manageable waves before they get too intense.
It's got a little bigger than I thought it was going to get this afternoon. It really pumped up. I'll probably surf to close to dark and then go home. Then I'll probably be in the house for a while.
Well, and as you look at the water behind me, it's a little mild right now, but that's nothing compared to what forecasters have been calling for. One of the reasons why those evacuations will become mandatory in most places, including Cape May, at 4 o'clock tomorrow. And Governor Christie announced today that he is suspending all of the tolls on the state roads, encouraging people to simply get on the road and get out of town. Live in Cape May, Dave Kinchen, Fox 29 News. Hey, Thomas, we're actually getting a gust of wind just as you tossed over to us, a gust that's coming in right now. I want to show you the water. We're obviously going to be very careful here, but I wanted to show you. I'm in the water right now. It's rushing up to me. My feet are actually in it. One of the things that we've seen throughout the day, hour after hour, is the consistency of these waves coming in, crashing on the beach. Boom, just like that. Boom, another one. And it sounds a lot like lightning. And then you have the wind picking up. That blows a lot of the rain in the way, too. This sand has been soaked all day. We got another one coming in. I'm going to move a little bit forward here. And one of the things I want to show you is the damage that's already happened. This fence right here already taken down. This was earlier in the day. You can see all the wood here that was knocked down, wind and some of the water that rushed up earlier before that. And you know, it's gotten even as far up to this boardwalk here, which actually just was redone not too long ago. There's pebbles on the boardwalk here. There's sand and everything because the water won't stop. Keep coming, and coming. Now, let's get to some video that we shot earlier. I want to show you Rehoboth Beach and what it looked like. This is new video, and you're actually going to see just a lot of, well, there's a little bit of flooding in one spot we saw, really minor. That's about the extent of flooding in the area. There's also rain just all over the road, and the biggest thing is just how much of a ghost town it looks like out there. The roads are wet, the lights are off, power outages in some cases. In other cases, people just turning the lights off because businesses are closed and people are staying in and hunkering down. About 7,000 customers without power in this area. Officials are worried that number is going to skyrocket. The biggest, the good news that we can tell you is that there have been no incidents of injuries at this point that local officials or state officials have been reporting so far. The biggest thing, though, even up here as the wind dies down, it's certainly a bit windier towards the water where I was just a moment ago. Here's another wave coming in again. Just something that I've never seen before. Of course, this is my first hurricane, but people that live in this area say they haven't seen anything like this. Year after year, they've seen hurricanes out here. They've ridden out some of the storms. They've never seen the water do this. It's really an incredible sight, they say, so we're certainly passing that along to you. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Dave Kinchen live for us in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. You're making me a little bit nervous that close to the water, so come on in a few feet.
We're trying to be very careful, being very careful, and showing the folks what's going on at the same time.
Yeah, do be safe.
Yeah, Thomas, there really is no known dollar estimate in terms of the damage in Delaware, but when you take a look at the damage, it certainly screams lots of dollar signs. This is the ocean here that rushed through and turned a gigantic sand dune into its own kind of pavement. There was a road also right here. It turned it into chunks. You'll see that in a little bit there. This is the Indian River Inlet Bridge where crews are working, trying to fix all that damage. But I can tell you, looking at it from the ground is one thing. When you look at it from the air, it's a totally different story. The damage is sobering from the air. Members of the Delaware National Guard take FOX29 up for a bird's-eye view of Superstorm Sandy's aftermath. Here in the Bethany area, homes are partially submerged. Streets have become part of the ocean. Some water has receded, but very little. The governor says it could have been worse.
Overall, we certainly fared better than what forecast had predicted.
But the road leading up to the Indian River Inlet Bridge was not so lucky. Sandy purged the protective sand dunes and ripped the road into chunks.
The approach road to the bridge does remain intact, but I don't have to tell all of you that it's covered with sand and debris.
Lots of work to be done here, as you can see, and the governor also thanked a lot of federal dollars coming from Washington and action signed by President Obama to help make a lot of these repairs that we will undoubtedly be seeing in the next few days. We're live tonight in Sussex County. Dave Kinchen, Fox 29 News.